My name is Dinesh, and today I'm presenting my final project for CSCI E88 Fall 2017 course that I'm doing. In this final project, I have taken up the terrorism data that's available at Kaggle.com for various countries and tried to analyze that data. My pipeline looks as shown here. I'm taking the GTD data, I'm putting it in Kafka queue, and then there is a consumer which reads from Kafka queue and puts the raw data in the Cassandra table, from where a Spark job takes over that data, does the aggregation per country, puts it in the Cassandra aggregate table, and finally I visualize that data using Redash. Um, so I'm using, these are the tiers I'm using. For messaging, I'm using Kafka. For master storage, I'm using Cassandra. I'm doing stream processing using Spark. Again, for the storing the aggregated data, I'm using Cassandra, and for finally for the visualization, I'm using Redash. Um, all right, so let's get to the different nuts and bolts that I have to use for this project. This is the producer that I talked about, which is basically just reading from the CSV file that I downloaded, and then putting each line of that CSV file as an event to the Kafka queue, Kafka topic. In this particular consumer, I'm reading from the Kafka topic. I'm only filtering particular columns from that record and storing that in the table in Cassandra, which is BDP final project table. Excuse me. So let's start this to get a feel of what it does. So here I started the consumer, and now I'm starting the producer. So producer is just going to produce the data, and consumer is going to actually take the data and put it into the table that I created in Cassandra. So I already done that. So this will just show you guys. I'm going to kill this right here. Um, Now let's get to my Cassandra table, and here I'm trying to show that I already populated that data, and this is how the data is showing up. I can do the query again, just to give you a sense of the count of the terrorist attacks. Now my next step was supposed to be Spark job to aggregate this data and put it back in Cassandra, but I couldn't get that to work, so I did a little bit cheating, and I basically manually got these counts, as you can see on the screen, and then populated that table manually by inserting the counts for various countries. Okay, so now after populating this, I had to expose my Cassandra table um, to public so that I can use it with Redash. So I use this utility called ngrock, which basically created a public corresponding public URL for my locally running Cassandra, and I use that to connect. So I connected that, as you can see over here, using those host names and ports. And after doing that, I created a query and then a dashboard. And here is how the dashboard looks like, which is basically directly picking the data from Cassandra table and showing me that these are the number of terrorist attacks that happened in various countries. As you can see, it seems Uruguay is the safest place, um, getting only very few attacks as compared to the other countries. Yep, so that's pretty much the whole project looked like. Thanks a lot for listening in.